352, and we're about to get started. Oh, 5:50 a.m. My name is Toby. I am 40 years old, and I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. If that's something you're interested in, maybe what I do on this channel might be interesting for you. I do that by minding my sleep, trying to get between 7 and 9 hours a day, minding what I eat, try to eat well, healthy, home cooked, generally vegetables and other home cooked foods. And I try to eat within my energy balance and about 120 to 150 grams of protein a day. And I train strength, I train my conditioning, and I train my mobility. And generally I do that with the kettlebells I have standing there, because I train at home as I am slightly squeezed for time with 2 kids and work and everything that needs to happen in life. So between 5 and 6 in the morning somewhere is the sweet spot for me, where I can get up and actually do a workout. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. So I would like to feel fit, competent, and capable for whatever life throws at me. And as far as I've understood it, I'm 40 now. I might live to be 85 or 95, and I would like to be competent and capable at that age as well, and live those last years of my life free from discomfort and disease, if at all possible. And as I've understood it, there are simple things we can do right now in life that are going to help us stay healthy for a longer time throughout life. So here we are. I always like to say that this is about the way that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. It's the person we are today that's going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And I think sometimes we forget that a bit of kindness is going to go a long way in achieving our health and fitness goals and staying on track and staying motivated. So, there are enough people out there in the world who want to put us down. Let's focus on lifting ourselves up, so that we can do the things that we want to do in life. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So I'm going to hit the timer. We're going to start with some mobility today, and we're going to do a little bit of core, and then we're going to end with some kettlebell swings. It's going to take about 30 minutes. And if you have any questions in the meantime, you go ahead and ask me on the chat, or we can have any other conversation you want to have about health, fitness, and kettlebell, and my journey in my 40s. Or you can just let me know where you're dialing in from, where you're watching in from, whether it is 6 a.m. where you're at, or whether you're up earlier or later. I would honestly love to know and hear from you. Breathing. Work on our neck. While we're training here this morning, it's Tuesday morning, so we're not going to do anything strange or crazy. We are simply going to try to keep moving, use our body the way it was intended to be used, so we can make the most of the day as we find it. Just swiveling the head left to right, not straining or stressing anything, just using the joint the way it's supposed to be used. Eddie Spaghetti. Eddie Spaghetti, thank you for dropping by and saying hi. I hope you're doing all right where you are in the world. And I hope you're having a good end of the Monday or start of the Tuesday. Wherever you are. And thanks for being back again, saying hi. How's your training going? Or just dropping by to watch and say hello? Or do you do any kind of training with kettlebells or at the gym or anything else? You never told me, actually, if I think about it. Now we're going to pick those apples from the apple tree, or the pears from the pear tree, or the bananas from the banana tree. And here we are. Just nicely stretching out that spine and up. So it's December 10th, and here we are, slowly barreling towards the end of 2024, and still showing up and doing the work every day. And looking back at the year, what a fantastic year we can say it's been in terms of working out and getting healthier. We've come a long way, and to be very honest, I'm pretty sure that I am stronger, fitter, and in better physical shape than I was a year ago. And the only reason for that is that I showed up every day for 30 minutes, not focusing on some big outcome, but simply focusing on showing up every day and doing the work. And if you would have told me a year ago that I was going to actually be persistent for a year and show up every day to do something, I would have laughed. And sure, there have been moments where I have slipped a little. But like I always say, a bit of kindness goes a long way, taking it one day at a time, because the next day the goal was still the same, right? The goal was still to show up and do the work that day. And apparently I have kept coming back to it. I've also found doing something that I enjoy. I also think knowing that there are people out there who were willing to chat with me, who are on the same journey, trying to get in shape, trying to be healthy and fit for life, and seeing all of the things that we've done this year probably has kept me motivated and kept me going. And I'm doing all of the different training courses how to use a kettlebell, becoming a personal trainer and health coach, learning about kettlebell sports, learning about kettlebell hardstyle, trying different things. I think this year was a good year in terms of me figuring out some things about my health and fitness and the journey I'm on and the journey I want to be on for life when it comes to health and fitness. So, a couple of insights, I guess, from the last year is that sleep is key. Absolutely. I think especially already in our 30s, but once you hit 40, just realizing and understanding that getting sufficient amounts of sleep is what is going to make the biggest difference in just generally the ability to show up every day and do the work and deliver. So I think that we underestimate sometimes how important sleep can be. And think that coffee or other stimulants can solve for a lack of sleep. But the truth is that sleep, just like resistance training, just like conditioning training, and just like eating, is one of those things that is just going to make us perform better in every aspect of our life. You start sleeping well, you suddenly start to lose the need for afternoon naps because you're getting the rest you need at night. You start sleeping well, it becomes easier to focus on tasks throughout the day. You start sleeping well, your mood improves for some reason. You start sleeping well, you might start to lose a little bit of that excess weight that you've been trying to lose for a while. You start sleeping well, and there are many benefits to starting to sleep better, and I'm going to come and read your messages in a moment, all right? Because I can see you've left a couple of more since I last checked. So you start sleeping well, and a lot of things seem to start falling into place when it comes to health. But we're being tricked into thinking that exercise is the key, because exercise is the one thing that people know how to make money off. There's not a lot of money to be made of sleeping. I could try a live stream of me sleeping. Sound effects might be funny, but I don't think that's going to be very compelling or interesting at all, actually. Let's see, Eddie. Eddie, all right. Hikes around on track and some yoga. Oh, those are nice. That's nice combinations of things to do for health and fitness, Eddie. I love hiking as well. Save for the fact that in the Netherlands, we don't really have a lot of mountains and hilly regions where we can go hiking. Yoga is nice. Mobility, conditioning, rolled into one, right? Some meditation as well. It makes you physically strong. That's a cool combination. So no kettlebells for you. Which I get. It's not for everyone. Like I always say, health and fitness are incredibly personal. So we need to find the things that we enjoy. And we're better off doing a little bit every day or every other day over the course of a year than doing a lot for 2 weeks or 1 month before realizing that that is not what we want to be doing. Or that is not something that we enjoy. And then we lose motivation. So, and for those of you who are dropping by and watching and listening to this conversation, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old and I'm training to live a healthy, self-sufficient and active life. I'd like to feel fit, competent and capable for whatever life throws at me, not only now, but I've understood that I might live to be 100, almost, and that those final 10 years of my life are going to be riddled with disease and discomfort, and a lot of which is going to be preventable by making some simple lifestyle changes right now. So that's what I'm working on. I don't want to live forever, but I would like to be healthy and capable for most of my life, and increase not only my lifespan but also my health span. I think one of the ways to do that is to be mindful of my health and fitness by working out, resistance training, conditioning training, strength training, mobility training to keep use of all the joints in my body. I have stories about that. But also by minding my sleep and minding what I eat. So hey, if that's something you're interested in, you go ahead and check out my channel and maybe subscribe, and we can have a conversation about, what we're doing and why I'm doing it, and what's working and what's not working for me, and what might be working and not working for you. We're going to move on to some core soon, and then some kettlebell swings. Is that you, YouTube punk? Thanks for dropping by. I think it's the only icon that I know from this distance to be sure that that is you dropping by and watching when it pops up. And I hope you're doing well. I don't know what happened to the internet connection there, but we're back and we're good. Hey, I'm glad to see you're here. Howdy, howdy. Like I was saying, I hope you're doing well in Texas. the day, I guess, is where you're at, right? Because the day is ending there. Did your friend complete your training program? And is it something that you're excited about? Curious, let me know in the chat. And thanks for dropping by and saying hi. And for being here again today. Now for, like I was saying, we're just going to wrap up the mobility in a moment with some Cossack squats. And then we're going to move on to from the Cossack squats, we're going to move on. We're going to do some core, and we're going to do 10 solid minutes of swings, which is also core training, by the way. We're going to do one-handed swings. So, what are my plans for 2025? Well, I'd still love to hit the 1,000 subscribers. I'd still love to hit those 3,000 hours of watch time. But I also understand that that is all of my life goals. I'm going to continue on my kettlebell journey. So we're going to keep continue on my kettlebell journey. We're going to do that by trying out some new variations of programs, but generally continuing to work on strength and conditioning with the goal of getting to those 20 kilo snatches at one point. During the year, which will probably be, if I'm very honest, December. Which will probably be December 2025. So that's something working towards throughout the year. I want to share with you how I intend to build up the strength and technique to actually get there. And Ed, YouTube punk, I'm going to come and read that message in a moment. All right? Curious what you have to say. switching sides. And I'll get a strong and stable core without putting in some of the work. And, I've been honest about it in previous days. Be honest about it today. I still struggle a bit with the dark and the cold. It gets to my mood, and I think one of the things that I didn't realize till way too late in life is how big of an impact the dark days would have on my mood and my state of mind. So being aware of that makes it easier for me to accept that my mood is not all there, that I need to work on it to make sure that I don't start to believe that everything is grey, gloomy and bad. But it took me a long time in life to actually come to terms with the fact that that is more a reflection of the season than it is of anything that might be wrong with me in life. Mobility setup is neat. I like it. Do you do like same things that I do? Do you have your own mobility routine or anything that I might be interested in watching? You let me know in a link or name the channel. And for the strength workout later tonight, isn't it already like 10 p.m. or something where you're at? In any case, that sounds good. We sleep better after a strength workout if we give our body time to come down off it. All right, friends. At least that's what I find, but I find it not possible or feasible to do workouts in the evenings because it gets me too charged up and I don't have the hour and a half it takes to actually calm down from it. But let me know how the workout goes. I'm guessing you're going to be using kettlebells, but let me know if I'm mistaken. And for anyone else watching, we're going to go into the one-handed swings, hand to hand, 10 times left, 10 times right, 10 minutes. that's the first minute. On to the second minute. And we're going to call it a day. Imagine being able to do that with a 20 or 24 kilo for 10 minutes straight. That'd be epic. Third set. Bunk. Maximum effort. Fourth set. You know, fourth set. You know, I think it's a general rule and insight in life that everything's hard at the halfway point. So the fifth set out of 10 is probably one of the hardest to do. But here we are. Sixth set. The same was true halfway through the year. June, July, August. The same is true for halfway through the sets. 5, 6, 7. So just keep that in mind, that you have it in you to go beyond that halfway point. Because set 8, 9, and 10 always become easier. Seven, mentally, because life is as much a mental challenge as it is a physical challenge. 8th set, we're almost there, friends. Two more to go. We're gonna get there, for sure. I wish I were that strong, buddy, but I'm gonna risk it. I appreciate that. No shade taken. 9th set. The foot seems to be doing better, as long as I don't do anything strange. It seems to be recovered. Okay, I'm just going to give it 10 seconds. Then we're going to do the final set. And then it's going to be time for some coffee, friends. Okay, 10 more. Here we go. 1. Done. There we are. There we go. Mobility, core, and some every minute on the minute hit conditioning. Glass of water, new habit. That extra glass of water every day. Oh boy. Whoa. All right. My heart rate needs to come down from that. That was quite intense for 10 minutes. So it's little things like this, YouTube punk sometimes. I still feel a slight prick of pain. But compared to what it was like last week, Saturday and Sunday, we're good now. So that was a workout. For those of you who are watching, YouTube punk Eddie Spaghetti, thanks for sticking around saying hi. If you're new to my channel, my name's Toby. I'm 40 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. I do that by minding my sleep, 7 to 9 hours, minding what I eat, trying to eat a generally healthy, well-balanced, home-cooked, fresh diet within my energy balance. That's between 2,500 and 120 to 150 grams of protein in a day. Is strength training with kettlebells, conditioning training with kettlebells, and when my foot's better I'll get back to running again, and mobility as you saw this morning. Yeah, it's generally about wanting to be fit and competent for life. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Remember, I always say we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. It's the person we are today who's going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. So a bit of kindness goes a long, long way. Look, 2 minutes later, breathing's back to normal. The only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work, so you take care of yourselves. And I will see you on the next stream. Eddie Spaghetti, YouTube punk, thanks for dropping by. And YouTube punk, good luck with that workout later. And thanks for asking about my foot. I appreciate that. You have a good rest of the evening, all.